workshop on fundamentals of research methodology. And the topic for today is avoiding plagiarism, how and why. So this is a very apt topic for the last day, and our resource person here with us is Dr. S. Senagupta, Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University in Raipur, Chhattisgarh. So I request Shri Abhishek Datta to introduce our resource person.
Thank you, Ratna ma'am. Good afternoon and welcome to our resource person, our IQAC coordinator, members of the organizing committee, and all attendees of the workshop. Today, in the final day of our workshop, Dr. Suparna Sen Gupta, University Librarian at Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University of Raipur, will be delivering lecture on avoiding plagiarism, how and why. Dr. Suparna Sen Gupta has done his PhD on Information Needs and User Community Information Services, Public Library Services. He has worked as librarian in different institutions since 1985. He has also guided 5 PhD and 10 MPhil students. Apart from this, he has published more than 35 papers and attended many conferences in India and abroad. He has organized various programs in collaboration with InflibNet, and he has also organized a workshop on plagiarism and IPR. You are also a member of IQAC at Pandit Ravi Shankar Shukla University, Raipur, and governing body member as well as a like member of IAS LIC and also member of editorial board of IAS LIC Bulletin. So without any further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Sen Gupta for his lecture. Please welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. So a very warm good afternoon to all the participants and also the if I'm not wrong, pardon me, please.
IQAC.
Yeah, AN College, Patna. Thank you so much. So without wasting time, I should come to my topic. Actually, today I'm not going to deliver a conventional or traditional type of lecture. Honestly, what I feel, what I have gained from my experience, I'm going to share with you. That's all. Shall I share my screen from right here?
Yes, you can say.
Okay. So to begin.
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. Yeah, avoiding plagiarism, how and why. Known as FFP, the three cardinal sins of research conduct are falsification, fabrication, and plagiarism. We will look into details of plagiarism, but in short, if we let us see what falsification and what fabrication means. Any involvement in these misconducts, they undermine the integrity of research for that particular individual, university or the institute, or the field or the subject as a whole. Falsification, in short, we can say that is the changing or omission of research results data to support claim or hypothesis. Falsification includes manipulation of research instrumentation, materials or process. Whereas fabrication is construction or addition of data, observation, etc., which actually never occurred in gathering of data or running experiments. And plagiarism is using or representing the work of any other people or anyone else as your own. The word plagiarism actually derived from a Latin word. I will not go into the details of all these things, but the main thing is it was first used in English literature in 1600s. The Latin word made its entry into English in 1601 when Ben Jonson described it as a literary theft, plagiary. Oxford English Dictionary gives credit to Ben Jonson, the first to use it in print. Actually, Ben Jonson was actually a contemporary of William Shakespeare, and at that time, for the first time, plagiarism was used in English. Plagiarism involves two types of wrong deeds. Using another person's work without acknowledgement constitutes intellectual theft. Passing off another person's idea, information, or expression as your own to get advantage constitutes fraud. Plagiarism is sometimes a moral and ethical offense rather than a legal one, since some instances of plagiarism fall outside the scope of copyright infringement, which is a legal offense. Types of plagiarism: it can be intentional, it can be unintentional, but main thing is consequences are same, whether it is intentional or unintentional. Intentional means, in intentional category we can categorize copying somebody's work without acknowledging intentionally. Buying or borrowing paper. Whenever I say buying or borrowing paper, many students say, sir, kya ye kaise possible hai? But nowadays, there are many institutes or many, what should I say, the vendors, they come and they will ask you that we will write paper for you, we will give you paper and we will get it published. All these type of provocation or kya kahenge usko, प्रलोभन, these type of things nowadays are very common. At least I receive in my mobile on an average 1 or 2 per month that we are actually a consultant. But actually when you go through that whole text, you will find that they're doing nothing, but they're just writing paper for you and they will ensure that it gets published in, say, any journal. We should avoid these things. Cutting and pasting blocks of text from electronic sources without proper citation. These type, there can be many more. I am categorizing only 3 here. Intentional one. And in unintentional cases, careless paraphrasing, when you paraphrase in a careless way, just you copy it down, then you somehow you get indulged into plagiarism. Poor documentation, when you don't keep the track from which source has been taken from where, which is your own observation or your own insight, or it has been copied or it has been taken from any other source. If you don't keep that track. Quoting excessively, we should not quote excessively actually. When it is inevitable, we should give quotation within quotation marks, but we should not quote excessively. And failure to use your own voice. When we find that नहीं बन रहा लिखते, वो feel नहीं आ रहा है, then we tend to copy it down. These are all, this type of plagiarism comes under unintentional one. Types of plagiarism, many types of plagiarism exist. Some are clear, some are not. A writer must know what constitutes plagiarism because ignorance of the fact will not excuse him or her from the consequences, and consequences are really, really very severe nowadays. After that regulation, which has UGC regulation, which has come in 2018, there are just few cases of plagiarism I have listed here. And these are Mr. Rahul Mishra, case of plagiarism is against him, and Mr. Akshay Kumar is also there, and Nagarjuna and Prabhas. All these, they are all from film industry actually. But so far as academics is concerned, you can find n number of cases if you search on Google. But I have kept here few that Mr. Ved Prakash Mishra, he did his, actually he submitted his thesis in Nagpur University, and it was plagiarized actually. No relief given to him. Similarly, this author of this book, editor of this book, Pathology Pyro, he has alleged that an Indian author has plagiarized 40 pages of his book, and it is still pending. In Chennai, SAT principal can't guide research scholar. This is the verdict of that university, University. And you all might be knowing Mr. C.N.R. Rao, a big fellow, Bharat Ratna and advisor to Prime Minister, scientific advisor. Actually, this is again unknowingly a cut and paste job by a student, his co-author, and a person like him of his level has to apologize for plagiarism. So you can understand the seriousness of this thing. Self-plagiarism is also there. Self-plagiarism is the use of one's own previous work in in another context without citing that it was used previously. The writer must cite his or herself while using his previous writing, because self-plagiarism is also a plagiarism. Self-plagiarism also many times fall under the copyright infringement also, because if anything has been published previously and the copyright is with that publisher and you reproduce it without citing properly, then there can be a case of copyright infringement also. Why committing plagiarism? Again, I will say there can be many reasons, but few are listed here. Lack of understanding about what constitutes plagiarism. It is really difficult because if you go back, say about 5 to 6 years, not many years, but just 5-6 years back, if you go, you will find that this word was unknown to everybody. It was not that popular. And even today, although nowadays almost the people who are in this higher education scenario, they know it very well, but even then there are many people who don't know what actually plagiarism is, and unfortunately in India we don't have any regulation on plagiarism prior to that regulation, which that UGC regulation which just came few months back. Previously, we used to depend on dictionaries, that what plagiarism means. We used to Oxford Dictionary ने क्या कहा, Webster's के हिसाब से क्या होगा plagiarism. We used to define that plagiarism based on dictionaries. But now we have a regulation. We can say that yes, this is what regulation means. So their lack of understanding about what constitutes plagiarism is a reason why people do plagiarism, why people get indulged into plagiarism. Believe that one's own work is inadequate. ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं, वो बात नहीं हो रहा है, नहीं, जो कुछ भी what I'm doing is not enough, it is not up to that mark, so just copy. Poor writing, referencing and research practice, saving time and effort. If you copy from any other source, it will definitely save your time and effort. Believe that majority of people plagiarize. Again, this is a really very interesting that तो सभी करते हैं. I showed you some examples, and there are n number of examples you will find that ये तो सभी से हो जाता है जाने अनजाने में. So ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. But we should avoid this. And then last one is language barrier. If the language in which we are writing or we are producing our article or any piece of work, if it is not our native language, then many times we tend to copy it without properly citing. It also becomes a reason for plagiarism. Strategies to avoid plagiarism. Nowadays it is very simple. Let me tell you honestly. I tell to my students, I tell to all research scholars, because each and every research scholar of Ravi Shankar Shukla University, fortunately or unfortunately, come to me just to discuss कि कैसे करें सर, क्या कैसे करें कि हमको लास्ट मोमेंट में तकलीफ ना हो, हम शुरू से कैसे काम करें. So strategies are उसमें number 1, practice ethics and research, know how to quote, know how to cite, know when something is a common knowledge, and know how to paraphrase. Practice ethics and research means be sure to keep track of each sources you use. Indicate in your note which idea are taken from other sources and which are your own insight or your own findings. Record all the relevant information in your notes. When we used to do our I did my PhD not very much, not too many years back, but I completed my PhD in 2000. We used to write notes in card. Nowadays it is not in practice. और जब भी हम कुछ लिखते थे तो उसके पीछे में उसका सोर्स जरूर होता था. And our guide used to cautiously observe that सब सोर्स पीछे लिखा है कि नहीं है. Only for that reason कि जब हम उसको अपने राइट अप में लेते थे तो we can cite and we can give the citations properly. Know how to quote. Mention the name of the quoted person in your text. Put quotation marks quotation marks, double inverted or single inverted or italics, anything you can use that. Around the text you are quoting, use brackets, anything. But main thing is quote sparingly, जहाँ तक हो सके कम से कम, less. जब वो inevitable हो, then only you should quote, otherwise not. Reproduce things in your own words, in your own, that idea should come in your own words. How to cite? Why should you cite your source? Citations show you have research. Your argument becomes stronger when you can back up them. Ensure others receive fair credit for their work. That's why we should cite the source. Always give citations for quoted words or phrase. Always give a citation after paraphrase sentence when you produce any idea or anything in your own words. Then again, also citation should be given. Always give a citation for specific statistics, percentage, number, graph, chart, anything. While writing, citations must be given at following two places: within the learning text section and at the end of the writer in the form of bibliography. Today, number of styles are available. Some well known are Harvard, APA, MLA, Chicago, ISIS, and there are n number of styles available. But main thing is, whenever we cite, we should cite it in a standard format. We have many good reference management tools for citations. Citation can also be inserted using just MS Word, but it is recommended, and nowadays widely used tools are EndNote, Mendeley, Zotero, etc. I personally always recommend to use Mendeley. It is a free software, and moreover, Elsevier is looking after this. A very strong body, very strong publisher is looking after this, Mendeley. So I always recommend to use Mendeley for reference management. This is the dashboard of Mendeley, because I cannot demonstrate right now here. It is just a screenshot. Otherwise, I would have shown you that this place, this one, this is actually, whenever you read anything, you can put that, what should I say, that paper or that note, anything here in this section. And Mendeley give you 2 Gbps space, and 2 Gbps is, I think it is huge. You can store here even 100 of paper right here, and whenever you go, you carry your library with you. You just click here and it will get opened. Do I have to cite everything? No. No need to cite when you are discussing your own observation or result, compiling the result of original research from science experience, field search study, etc. Or you are using a common knowledge. For common knowledge also you need not cite. And common knowledge, actually it is a bit difficult to explain, but if you see a fact in 3 or more sources, somebody say 5 or more sources, and you are fairly certain that the reader already knows this information, it is likely to be a common knowledge. But when in doubt, please cite. Like this Raipur's capital of Chhattisgarh, Pandit Nehru is our Prime Minister, first Prime Minister. You need not cite that. Know how to paraphrase. Paraphrasing means putting an idea into your own words. Don't just rearrange the sentence or replace few words. Be able to summarize the original source without having it in front of you. Nowadays, to improve English writing skills, there are many softwares also, there are many applications also. I will come to that. One is this White Smoke. It will help you in improving your English, but it is a paid one. So I actually, normally I recommend to use Grammarly. I think many of you might be using already and might be using better than me. But Grammarly also helps you in writing English in a better way. This is actually the homepage of Grammarly. You just have to download that, install Grammarly for desktop, and once you log in, this is the home page, the dashboard. In new, just you have to paste it, and here just Control C and then Control V, it will get pasted here, and you will get all options to improve your phrase, your paraphrased content. And right here, you will get actually when you go on checking your write-up, here you will get the mark out of 100 how much you are getting. So far as language is concerned, and it goes up to say 90, even 90 out of 100. So it means you can improve your writing skill quite. You can improve writing skill of English with the help of this grammar. There are many other tools. These are all free softwares, paraphrasing tool, Go Paraphrase, article writer tool, etc. These are all paraphrasing tools, applications which will help you in paraphrasing English. Possible consequences: plagiarism ruins reputation and could harm your career, having an academic degree resigned or professional status revoked, loss of reputation, and last but not the least, punishment as advocated by the regulation of UGC 2018. We will look into that. Method of detecting plagiarism: we have more accurate search engine nowadays. Full text articles are in library database. If you copy anything, it gets reported. Commercial plagiarism detecting services are also there, which will help you that which part has been copied or which part has been reproduced as already came before. Commercial detecting services, with the help of these, we can very well know these things. Some revealing signs, so far as your students are concerned, it doesn't sound like students writing. Page number don't make sense, font switch around, materials is off topic or seems patched together. Reference to chart, graph, accompanying materials are not there. Reference to material that we don't have access to that, but people are referring that, or that student has referred that, but we don't have access to that. All citations are old or historic events referred to in present tense. Students can't identify citations, provide copy of that cited material or answer to questions. By this we can just a thumb rule that we can know that there is a possibility of plagiarism. Plagiarism in digital age, in present day, far easier to cheat, but it is also growing easier to detect. Technology has made it easier to track down and identify cases of plagiarism. You won't get away with it. There are many softwares. Turnitin is there, a very popular software. Dustball.com, Small CO Tool, DupliChecker, ScanMySay, Urkun, 10 number of softwares are there. Yeah, this is the homepage of DupliChecker. In this place, this is a free software. Here you can paste your write-up and check it, but limitation is at a time 1500 words can be checked, not more than that. These are all. Viper is there, Grammarly, the premium version of Grammarly. Plagiarism can also be checked from Grammarly with the help of Grammarly, Small CO Tools, and this is that Authenticate. In 2015, actually, Ravi Shankar University signed an MOU with Infobnet Center Gandhinagar on Shodh Ganga, that repository of PhD thesis. And at that time, in 2015, Infobnet provided us with this software, Turnitin. Turnitin and Authenticate are both same softwares, only the modus operandi is different. We used this software for 2 years continuously, and this was a very good software, no doubt about that. But unfortunately, I don't know the reason. Now they have discontinued this UGC, and now they have provided us Urkun. In this software, this is the dashboard of that software. What all checked is kept here. The moment you upload the document, it comes here. It will show you how much similarity is there at time and date. Everything is mentioned here. In this software, the was which we don't find in today's software, actually, Urkun, which we are using nowadays, and what, no, I should not say we are using, actually, all over India, UGC has provided Urkun software. Every university is using Urkun. We don't have this facility in Urkun, actually. Here in Turnitin or Authenticate, if you go to the setting and you can customize your software, actually, whether to include quotation or exclude quotation, you just select it. The quotation will be excluded, bibliography can be excluded, phrase can be excluded, small matches up to 10 words or 5 words, you can just define it, decide it, and you can exclude those small matches also. All these things in and then at the end you just update setting and it will get incorporated in your software. In Urkun, we don't have all these facilities, but Turnitin we used to modify or we used to customize with the permission of our authority, definitely not without without the permission of our university authority, but with permission of the university authority, we used to customize our software during those days in 15 and 16. For uploading, this is the page. You just note down title of the document, author's name, etc., and upload from here. And after that, it gets the result comes. Nowadays, we are using Urkun. This is the homepage of Urkun. You all might be. I don't know whether you in your college you are using this software or not. I think Patna University is definitely using it, but almost. We will see that more than 1,000 universities and institutes are using this software across India. This is you just log in it here, and then this username and password, and then log in. This is the home page of Urkun. What all documents checked for plagiarism gets listed here. Similarity percentage is not mentioned here, but whether it was okay or it was rejected from this column, it can be identified. For uploading document, this is the window for that. You have to write down that analysis address, then subject. This subject comes with the report, actually. The title, we normally write here the title and the author's name, because this subject comes with the report. And then here you can just drag and drop, or just you can paste that thesis or research paper in this window, in this box, and then it is submitted from here. The moment it is submitted, it shows that it is sending the file, and in the dashboard we get this that yes, it has been submitted, and you will find here that it has been accepted. Otherwise, a cross sign will come that it has failed to get submitted. So once it is submitted, a mail comes to us from no reply, that confirmation of receipt. And after, depending on that size of the document or the type of the document, so it varies from 1 year to 1 hour to say 2-3 hours. We get another mail. We receive a mail of report@analysis.urkun that the similarity is this much %. And once you click it, this is the report. All sources are listed here, and under this you will find that from your text left side, from your document, how much sentence or word is matched with which source is mentioned at the right side. From here, anyone can know that how much similarity and from where it is matching. This report will show all these things. I normally say to my students that other similarity, just say here we see that it is 0%, also 1%, 2%. Other similarity ज़्यादा है, and you find that this part is matching with this source. You just paraphrase the sentence or that paragraph or that portion of your write-up, you write it in your own words and properly cite that. It will make you clean. Previously, we don't know knowingly or unknowingly, which part we have copied from any other source. Now we know which part has occurred previously and which is actually from other source. So it is very easy nowadays for the students, just paraphrase these things which matches with something else and properly cite it. Means give credit to the original author and it becomes clean. We can export our analysis report. It will come in PDF. It can be shared with the guide or with the research scholar. And this report actually is appended in our university. It is mandatory. It is appended with the PhD thesis. That it has been checked and similarity is say n 2% or 4%. It is there. This is actually reported. It is not, I think you cannot, it is not visible, very clearly visible. But what it is mentioned here. One thing which normally even the teachers or the students face, we should keep in mind following facts while checking. Take care while checking any manuscript in free softwares, as they don't keep record, as you have seen that whether it is Turnitin, whether it is Urkund, or whether it is any paid software, they keep track of what they're checking. But in case of free softwares, they don't keep track what all has been checked. So there is a possibility of misuse of your paper because you are submitting there, and whether there is a possibility. I don't have any report till now that it has been misused by somebody, but there is a possibility because they don't keep record. They don't keep track of what all they are checking. But the paid software, they keep good record. So whenever you are checking in a free software, please be cautious. During all intermediary checking, which is done before final checking, please see that it doesn't go to the archive. Normally what happens is students go on checking their write-up n number of times. Chapter 1 bana, check kar liya. Chapter 2 bana, check kar liya. Ek saath check kar liya. All those things, if it goes to the archive, and when you finally check, similarity gives 100%. Or tab it becomes difficult for that to rectify that report. So please ensure that during all intermediary checking, which is done before the final checking, please see that it doesn't go to archive, or else will show similarity every time from your own previous paper you have checked. Unnecessary फिर वो doubt create करता है कि ये तो similarity आ रहा है, लेकिन ये तो आपसे similarity दिखा रहा है. इसलिए whenever you check before that final checking, please ensure that it don't go into the archive. But during final checking, please ensure that it is archived when you are finally checking, or else if anyone copy from your paper or say your write-up, similarity will not get reported. So you should ensure that your final paper should go to the archive, should be archived rather, I should say. And it can be that whether to go to the archive or it should not go to the archive. From setting we can do that. This is the Urkund setting. If you see here, search in Urkund archive. If you just select this one or deselect it, if you don't select this one, if anything you check will go to the archive, Urkund archive. And if you select it, it won't go to the archive. You just select it and then update it when you are checking intermediary, not the final for the final one. But when you are checking for the final one, just deselect this one, update it, and then check again. Your thesis or your paper or any write-up will go to archive, and if anyone copies it, it will get reported. Please see that. Okay? Actually, in Ravi Shankar University in 2015, in late 2015, our university decided that we will go for plagiarism checking so far as our PhD thesis is concerned. At that time, very few universities were concerned about all these things. So I wrote a letter to Influent Center Gandhinagar, which is a IUC of UGC. They sent me this table, and from here we found that University of Hyderabad at that time, it was 25% similarity was good enough. University of Pondicherry up from 15 to 35, they categorized three in a 3 different level. So Ravi Shankar University decided that we will go for 20%. If we find 20% similarity, that thesis will be good enough for recommending, good enough to be recommended for evaluation. And till date, Ravi Shankar University is following this rule that whenever a student writes his thesis final, it becomes a final one. It is set for similarity, and if it is below 20%, it is sent for evaluation, or else we ask the student to rectify that thesis. Just an interesting thing which I wanted to share with you. This is the page of that register which we maintain. If you see the date 19 to 15, 3%. It is 25%, and if you come here, it is not very eligible. 23 to February 15, 57%. February 15, 34%, 42%. Because at that time people were not knowing what plagiarism is. Why we should be bothered about that? Because the man who is checking in 2015 might have been registered in 2011. At the time, plagiarism, no one was concerned about plagiarism. So these were the difficult situations which we faced, and along with students, because we have to say them again and again that please इसको सुधार के लाओ. Source दिख रहा है, कहाँ से copy हो रहा है, कहाँ से match हो रहा है. You just write in your own word, properly cite करो, and then again submit it. But now, if you say the date, see the date, January 20, or January, February 20, you will see here 4%, 14%, 5%, 7, 1%, 8%, 2%. Means rarely we find nowadays any student coming to us and checking similarity comes in 2 digits. It is normally in single digit. So the change, the basic change is in mindset. Everyone is knowing that now I have to go through this checking process. I have to be very cautious from the word go. That's why now we don't face, even then, I think 2-3% cases are still there. कि हो जाता है, आ गया और बड़ी मुश्किल होती है फिर उसमें. Otherwise, अब कोई दिक्कत नहीं है. People know, and now similarity is reported very, very less. This is the regulation which I wanted to share with you. I think I'm pretty confident that majority of even young faculties, they all know about this regulation, University Grants Commission, Promotion of Academic Integrity and Prevention of Plagiarism in Higher Education Institutions, Regulation 2018. If you see this regulation, you will find that what plagiarism actually means, it is defined here. In any regulation, whenever you go through any regulation, right in the beginning, they give terminology. And they give the meaning of the terminology. Here, in this regulation also, you will find what plagiarism means. And you don't have to go to various dictionaries कि plagiarism क्या है, उसको समझने के लिए dictionary, we don't have to go to dictionary now. This regulation defines what plagiarism is, and it clearly says about levels of, there are 4 levels. It has categorically mentioned. From up to 0, no penalty. From 10 to 40, level 1, 40 to 60, level 2, and similarity above 60, level 3. Means total there are 4 levels. And for 4 levels, level 1 is no penalty, but if you go on level 1, level 2, level 3, you will find that really provision of punishment is there. And we should be very, very, my topic was why we should be worried about this plagiarism due to this regulation. Now, We should be very particular, and provisions are made nowadays. And let me tell you honestly, and I know that many universities has taken action based on this regulation. Universities has constituted the committee, and based on the recommendation of the committee, universities have already started taking action against whether he is a scholar or a guide or a faculty. Although it is really painful, but it is true. I'm not going to into the details. If you go see the regulation, you will find everything. It is quite a detailed regulation. And the ultimate punishment is even the person can be terminated. That provision is also there in that regulation. On September 21st, 2019, due to this regulation, this plagiarism and various reports used to come that that Indian authors are plagiarizing, they are publishing in predatory journals and all these things. MHRD nowadays, which is it is said as not MHRD, actually it is now ME, I should say, Ministry of Education. Just few days back, it has been renamed. Ministry of Resource Development is now Ministry of Education. So this Minister Sahab has launched this scheme, rather I should say, Shodh Suddhi. And in this, there is a provision of providing Urkun software to all institutes. Right now, it is 1,035, I think. Today I saw that 1,035 institutes are using Urkun. Total number of users are also more than 80,000, and total number of documents submitted is more than 5 lakhs. Just it is not even 1 year back. Now people are aware, people are checking their write-up every time. They are refining their write-up based on, with the help of these softwares. And I think, as I showed you that in Ravi Shankar University, now the similarity comes, rarely somebody comes with a double-digit similarity. It is drastically, it has come down. You can see here the institute: Central University, State University, Deemed University, Private University, centrally funded institutes, and Inter-University Center, IUC of UGC, all these things. Colleges, if it is a constituent college, I think your college is a constituent college, as I saw in that website. You people also can get this software. And I don't know whether you are using this software or not. Any faculty has to be made a user of Urkun. It is now mandatory. Any research scholar of any university should be a member of Urkun. It has been made mandatory now. I think a letter just few days back, I have again received a letter from UGC that we should make everyone user of Urkun, so that extensive checking should go on while writing any intellectual paper. So to conclude, unintentional plagiarism is as bad as intentional one. If you plan ahead and use good research, you won't have to run to the library at the last moment, make up citations, search the web for all your research, fabricate your data. Learn from your past mistake. Realize that an act of plagiarism might cost your reputation, your degree, your professional career. It is really very painful. This is just a cartoon. Don't take it very seriously. Don't take it very seriously, I say always. But yes, we should take it seriously. Not very seriously, but we should take it seriously now. This fellow has come, he is here due to theft of an auto, and this fellow has come after plagiarism. So this was a small presentation. Let me show you that I should say. Just I'm sure that many of you might have seen that might have gone through that, but please let me. Is the Gazette audit visible to you? No.
What
Yeah.
are you showing?
Yeah. Is the Gazette of India visible?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Okay. Let me share it.
Yes.
You can see the.
हाँ, the Gazette of India.
ओके, थैंक यू। चलिए, इसमें अगर आप, अरे फिर कहाँ चला गया?
Again, it.
Yeah, is it visible?
Yes,
Yes.
हाँ,
This is
yes.
संस्थानों के अकादमिक सत्यनिष्ठा एवं साहित्यिक चोरी की रोकथाम प्रोत्साहन विनियम 2018। ठीक ठीक है, हो गया। अरे केयर लिस्ट के बारे में बहुत सारी चीजें इस तरह की आती रहती हैं जो अदरवाइज अगर हम फॉलो ना करें तो हमको पता ही नहीं होता। तो सबको इसको देखने की आवश्यकता है, फॉलो करने की जरूरत है। So this was actually a small presentation of my this plagiarism। और मेरे ख्याल से सर ये ग्रामरली पे कुछ ग्रामरली या मेनले पे आप लोग वहां पे यूज कर रहे हैं, वहां पे आपके स्टूडेंट्स लोग कर रहे हैं यूज कुछ?
उर्कुन तो हम लोग कर रहे हैं यहाँ पर
सर
कॉलेज में, लेकिन यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पर अभी शायद नहीं, अभी नई यूनिवर्सिटी बनी है, बाइफरकेट हुई है ओल्ड मगध यूनिवर्सिटी से, तो अभी यूनिवर्सिटी लेवल पर नहीं, लेकिन कॉलेज लेवल पर हम लोग कर लेते हैं उसको।
इस कॉलेज लेवल पे आपको कहाँ से मतलब शोध शुद्धि के तहत मिला है कि आप लोग
इन्फ्लेमनेट से? सीमा जी,
इन्फ्लेमनेट से आपको मिला है? ठीक, तो वो तो खैर मतलब आप लोग जो कोई मैंने बात की आप लोग सब उसको कर रहे हैं, लेकिन बस सर वो बस इंश्योर करिएगा, मुझे मालूम नहीं आप लोग कर रहे हैं कि नहीं, कि जब चेक करते हैं तो वो आर्काइव में मत जाए शुरू में, ये तो बड़ी दिक्कत आती है, फिर 100% सिमिलरिटी दिखाएगा।
मेरे स्टूडेंट के साथ ये हो चुका है सर।
हाँ, वो हमें सबके साथ होता है। तो जब मैंने जो ये दिखाया था आपको कि सेटिंग में जाके आप इसको सिर्फ सिलेक्ट कर लीजिए तो वो आर्काइव में नहीं जाएगा, और अगर इसको आप डीसिलेक्ट करेंगे देन इट विल गो टू आर्काइव, और उसके बाद जब भी कुछ चेक करेंगे तो वो दिखाएगा उसका सिमिलरिटी।
हाँ,
तो सेटिंग में जाके ये जरूर से कर लीजिए, तो ताकि आपको फाइनल चेक के समय जब आप रिपोर्ट जनरेट करते हैं उस समय आपको दिक्कत नहीं आएगी। ये
सीमा जी अनम्यूट कर लीजिए।
जी
सीमा जी,
और अच्छा, अब मेनले यूज करते हैं आपके यहाँ इसके लिए रेफरेंस मैनेजमेंट के लिए? मेनले या साइटेशंस वगैरह ऑटोमेटिकली हम कैसे बनाते हैं?
नहीं सर, उर्कुल ही हम लोगों ने यूज किया है।
नहीं, वो तो प्लेगरिज्म के लिए हो गया। जैसे हम साइटेशंस बनाना है, साइटेशंस
या
साइटेशंस के लिए आप लोग कुछ यूज कर रहे हैं वहां पे आपके कॉलेज में?
के लिए नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं हम लोग
साइटेशंस के लिए। तो आइए हम देखते हैं कि इसमें साइटेशन कैसे बना सकते हैं ऑटोमेटिकली। वी डोंट हैव टू रिमेंबर दैट वेदर फोरनेम विल कम फर्स्ट, सरनेम विल कम फर्स्ट, टाइटल इटैलिक्स में होगा, क्या होगा। तो उसके लिए आइए हम देखते हैं कि हम वर्ड के माध्यम से हम साइटेशंस और बिब्लियोग्राफी कैसे तैयार कर सकते हैं। इसको न्यू शेयर पे आइए देख लेते हैं। वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट ओपन करना है। एक मिनट दीजिए मुझे। ये वर्ड वर्ड दिख रहा है आपको? ये विजिबल है? ये वर्ड दिख रहा है आपको?
नहीं,
हाँ
हाँ
हाँ, सर।
अच्छा, आइए, जस्ट ये एक वर्ड फाइल हमने खोला है, डॉक्यूमेंट है, वर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट। इसमें हमको समझ लीजिए कुछ भी एक राइट अप है, और हमको यहाँ पे से ये जो मैंने थोड़ा सा लिखा है, ये कई पेज है, मतलब 8-10 पेज है। हमको इस जगह पे एक साइटेशन इंसर्ट करना है कि वी हैव टेकन दिस पार्ट फ्रॉम से एनी सोर्स, दिस आइडिया, तो वी हैव टू इंसर्ट साइटेशन हियर। तो यहाँ पे आप कर्सर रखेंगे, then you will go to reference, citations and bibliography में insert citation, add new source, और ये विंडो इस तरह का ओपन होगा आपको। इज इट विजिबल?
यस।
ओके, सी, जो कुछ भी हम ले रहे हैं साइटेशन जिसका बना रहे, whether it is a journal article or a book, a section of book, anything, ये एक लंबी चौड़ी लिस्ट है, whether it is an interview or sound recording, कुछ भी। तो हम एक सिंपल एग्जांपल से पहले शुरू करें कि इट इज ए से जर्नल का आर्टिकल है, इट इज एन जर्नल आर्टिकल। तो देखिएगा ये जो इसके फील्ड्स है वो सब अपने आप ही चेंज हो जाते हैं। तो इसमें ऑथर डाला हमने, से अली कॉमा, और ऑथर जैसे यहाँ पे, सॉरी, जैसे आप यहाँ पे क्लिक करेंगे, नीचे में आपको एग्जांपल देगा कि हाउ यू हैव टू राइट दैट ऑथर्स नेम, सरनेम बाद में, पहले सॉरी सरनेम, देन कॉमा, देन स्पेस, देन फुलनेम। अगर
जर्नल्स पर भी डिपेंड करता है कि किस जर्नल में लिख रहे हैं, उनका एक अलग होता है।
हाँ, वो मैं बात करता हूँ। पहले तो हम एक साइटेशन बनाए, उसके बाद हम आएंगे कि वो क्या कहते हैं, उसमें आपको कुछ नहीं करना है। यहाँ पे देखिए स्टाइल है, यहाँ पे स्टाइल को बस बदल देना है।
अच्छा,
यहाँ पे आप उसमें लिख दीजिए, जैसे कि हम लिखते हैं पहले से अली कॉमा जे। हाँ, वेदर इट इज ए कॉर्पोरेट ऑथर, नहीं, सिंपल ऑथर है। टाइटल अपन ले ले कोई सा, से केमिकल, हर लेवल पे आपको ये बताएगा कि लिखना कैसे है। सारे जो मेन वर्ड्स है, इट शुड बिगिन विथ ए कैपिटल लेटर। सो दिस एनालिसिस का भी ए शुड बी कैपिटल। उसके बाद जर्नल का नाम, सो जर्नल ऑफ केमिस्ट्री, ईयर 2020, पेज, जैसे आप पेज में करेंगे कहां से कहां तक है, तो 12 से 23। आप अगर और भी फील्ड आपको मालूम है, अगर आप देखना चाहें तो शो ऑल फील्ड जैसी करेंगे, तो इसमें बहुत सारा फील्ड एक्सेस हो जाएगा। वेदर इफ यू हैव एडिटर, यू नो दैट एडिटर, पब्लिशर कौन है, ये सब भी अगर आप चाहें तो इसमें भर सकते हैं, बट नॉट मैंडेटरी। हम अभी इतने से ही कर रहे हैं। तो आपको उसके बाद ओके करना है, यहाँ पे साइटेशन अपने आप आ जाएगा उस पार्ट पे जहां पे आपने कर्सर रखा था। एंड ये जिसमें मैंने एक लिख बनाया है, वैसे आप सैकड़ों बना सकते हैं। बना लीजिए, कितना बन सकता है। अगर ये पूरा से 10 पेज का है और उसमें कम से कम 50-60 साइटेशन तो आएंगे। ये साइटेशन बन गया। अगर आपसे दूसरा एक और ले रहे हैं अपन, जो इस जगह पे अपन साइटेशन, तो देन अगेन इंसर्ट साइटेशन, ऐड न्यू सोर्स। इस बार जो है समझ लीजिए ये हम एक बुक से ले लें, ऑथर शर्मा सुधीर, टाइटल ऑफ दैट बुक बायोलॉजी ईयर 2000 सिटी पब्लिकेशन का रायपुर पब्लिशर प्रभात। आप ओके करिए। यहाँ पे साइटेशन बन गया। ये n नंबर हो सकता है, सैकड़ों हो सकता है। और उसके बाद आपको लास्ट में जब एट द एंड ऑफ द राइट अप वी हैव टू गिव द बिब्लियोग्राफी। तो हम कर्सर को वहां ले जाएंगे। यहाँ पे हमने लिख दिया रेफरेंसेस कोलन, यहाँ रखा। कर्सर को आप वापस ले जाइए, बिब्लियोग्राफी को क्लिक करिए। यहाँ पे आएगा इंसर्ट बिब्लियोग्राफी, जस्ट क्लिक इट, बिब्लियोग्राफी नीचे बन जाएगा। यहाँ पे 2 दिख रहा है, ये 200 हो सकता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं। और इट विल गेट ऑटोमेटिकली अरेंज इन अल्फाबेटिकल ऑर्डर। जैसे अगर अली यहां ना होके अली यहां होते और शर्मा यहां होता, तब भी अली अपनी जगह पे चला जाएगा, शर्मा अपनी जगह पे, जावेद अपनी जगह पे, या सब वो ऑटोमेटिकली ये पूरा अल्फाबेटिकली अरेंज हो जाएगा। अब जो आपने कहा था अरुण कुमार जी, सर जे की पब्लिशर ये कहते हैं कि नॉट इन एपीए, वी नीड साइटेशंस एंड बिब्लियोग्राफी इन एमएलए स्टाइल। जो जस्ट कुछ भी नहीं करना है, यहां पे आप इसको क्लिक करिए, यू कम टू एमएलए एंड यू क्लिक एमएलए, एवरीथिंग विल गेट चेंज्ड ऑटोमेटिकली टू एमएलए। कोई दूसरा पब्लिशर कहता है कि नहीं हमको तो फॉरवर्ड पे चाहिए, यू विल गेट ऑलमोस्ट सारे आईएसओ या गोस्ट या जो भी शिकागो मैनुअल फॉलो करना है, आप शिकागो को क्लिक कर दीजिए। यहाँ पे फिर नीचे पूरा चेंज, पूरे आपके पेपर में या थीसिस में सब अपने आप चेंज हो जाएगा। मतलब नाउ साइटेशन, जो कि प्लेगरिज्म से बचने का एक बहुत बड़ा क्या एक हथियार है, साइटेशन प्रॉपर्ली देना। साइटेशन बनाना अब कोई इशू ही नहीं है अगर हम वर्ड पे इस तरह से बना लें। अगर हम मेनली फॉलो करते हैं तो वो और एक एडेड उसमें बेनिफिट मिलता है कि साइट वर्ड में एक लिमिटेशन ये है कि वी आर यूजिंग वर्ड ऑफिस 2007। तो एमएलए का जो 8th या 9th शेड्यूल जो एडिशन आ रहा है वो शायद इसमें इनकॉर्पोरेटेड ना हो। मेनली क्योंकि वो एक ऑनलाइन सॉफ्टवेयर है, हमेशा अपडेट होते रहता है, तो इसीलिए मैं अपने स्टूडेंट से भी, मैं हमेशा लोगों अपने कलीग से भी कहता हूँ कि वी शुड गो फॉर मेनली, क्योंकि उसमें जब भी कुछ नया मॉडिफाइड वर्जन आएगा वो अपने आप शामिल कर लेता है।
We also use the same mainly reference management system.
या नहीं ठीक नहीं मैडम, मैं मैसेज नहीं जान रहा हूँ, आपके यहाँ यूज कर रहे हैं तो बहुत अच्छी बात है। हमारे यहाँ भी बहुत लोग नहीं कर रहे हैं, कुछ लोगों ने भी शुरू किया है।
हाँ, उन लोगों के लिए ये बहुत अच्छा
जी,
उन लोगों के लिए ये बहुत बढ़िया है वर्ड वाला जो आप अभी बता रहे हैं।
वर्ड वाला बढ़िया,
बच्चे
नहीं मैं हमेशा मेनली यूज करने के लिए कहता हूँ। मैं मेनली से साइटेशंस और बिब्लियोग्राफी अगर तैयार करें, और मेनली में भी बहुत ज्यादा है। जैसे अगर आप देखेंगे तो इसमें जो स्टाइल्स दिए हुए हैं ये थोड़े से हैं, ज्यादा नहीं है।
उसमें काफी है, उसकी डिक्शनरी बहुत बड़ी है,
उसमें बहुत बड़ा है, और न सिर्फ बहुत बड़ा बल्कि यू कैन कस्टमाइज ऑल्सो। मेनली कि अगर कोई इवन मेरे ख्याल से नेचर भी उसका अपना स्टाइल है। कई सारे पब्लिशर्स हैं जिनके अपने खुद के स्टाइल है, दे डोंट गो विद ऑल दी स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट्स, एमएलए या एपीए कुछ नहीं। तो यू कैन कस्टमाइज दैट आल्सो इन मेनली, और उससे अगर हम यूज करें तो एक बार शुरू में थोड़ा सा क्लमजी लगता है, लेकिन उसके बाद सिर्फ मेनले में एक बेनिफिट है कि यू कैरी ऑल द रीडिंग मटेरियल विद यू एनीवेयर एंड आल्सो यू कैन साइट प्रॉपर्ली। फिर आपको मेनले में लिखना नहीं होता। मैं अगर आपको याद होगा, मेनले में जैसे आप ड्रैग करके उस स्पेस में अपने पेपर को रखते हैं, मेनले ऑटोमेटिकली खुद ही ऑथर अलग, टाइटल अलग, एब्स्ट्रैक्ट अलग, सब कुछ खुद से अलग कर देता है। यहाँ पे हमको टाइप करना है, यहाँ पे we don't have to take that decision also. Mendeley में it gets taken care by Mendeley itself. So ये सब बेनिफिट है जो वर्ड में नहीं है। लेकिन खैर अगर Mendeley यूज कर रहे हैं बहुत अच्छी बात है। हमारे यहाँ भी हम लोग अभी कोशिश कर रहे हैं, हमारे यहाँ सब बच्चे थोड़ा सा हिंदी स्पीकिंग होने के कारण थोड़ी दिक्कत आती है, लेकिन फिर भी हम लोग
यहाँ भी सेम ऐसा ही है। Here also it's the same, मतलब सभी लोग नहीं करते हैं, बट हाँ बच्चे ट्राई करते हैं जरूर।
नहीं डेफिनेटली मैडम, क्योंकि मुझे बोलने में कोई संकोच नहीं है कि एजुकेशन का लेवल रायपुर से कहीं बेहतर है। मैं ये मानता हूँ, और मैं अगर कह रहा हूँ तो मैं सिर्फ आपको नहीं कह रहा हूँ, मैं अपने स्टूडेंट से भी कहता हूँ। इवन मैंने भी अपनी पढ़ाई बीएसयू से की है, तो खैर मैं समझता हूँ, जानता हूँ, वहाँ के स्टूडेंट्स से हमारे स्टूडेंट कंपेयर थोड़ा सा पीछे है अभी, लेकिन हम कर रहे हैं कि यस वी शुड कम फॉरवर्ड, दे शुड कम फॉरवर्ड।
एक क्वेश्चन था सर
जी
कि जैसे आपने बताया ना उरकुंड के लिए, तो वही अभी सर बता रहे थे, अरुण सर, उस वक्त में
काफी अच्छा लगा मैडम।
बहुत ही आपका बहुत ही इंफॉर्मेटिव लेक्चर था एंड वेरी सिग्निफिकेंट वन।
मैडम आई एम नॉट ए क्लासरूम टीचर, मुझे लेक्चर देना नहीं आता, मैं अपने एक्सपीरियंस शेयर करता हूँ, और जब मैं इंटरेक्ट करता हूँ स्टूडेंट्स के साथ में
समझा भी रहे थे, नॉट ओनली दैट
इसलिए इतना अच्छा है सर।
हमारे बच्चे बहुत खुश होंगे सर।
Plagiarism like made them understand every aspect of it, right from the types of plagiarism and how to check it, the various softwares involved in checking. So every nitty-gritty you have explained so well.
मैडम सिर्फ एक, जब मैं हमेशा एक चीज बोलता हूँ कि घबराने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है, डरने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है। Now we know from where what has been copied, knowingly or unknowingly, cite कर दीजिए अपने। It was not possible 10 years back, it was not possible 5-6 years back, now it is possible, and now you can very easily make yourself clean, no problem. लेकिन ऐसा होता नहीं है मैडम, मेरे बहुत खराब होता है, रिसर्च स्कॉलर्स मेरे सामने आके इवन आंसू बहाते हुए मैंने देखा है, होता है। और उसमें एक और मैं जो सीनियर फैकल्टीज उनके साथ शेयर करूंगा, जो उनको यूज करते हैं उनके साथ भी शेयर करूंगा। कई बार ये मेरे ख्याल से आज की घटना मैं बताऊं, संस्कृत का एक थीसिस सबमिट ही नहीं हो रहा था। जितने बार हमने कम से कम 5-6 बार सबमिट किया, हर बार सबमिशन फेल्ड दिखाता है। हमको समझ में नहीं आ रहा था कि हम करें क्या। उस लड़की की कोई गलती नहीं, उर्कुंड वाले के साथ बात करके बार बार उनके जो उनकी टीम है, जो जिन लोग हमको वो करते हैं, हेल्प करते हैं, उनके साथ बात कर करके फिर अल्टीमेटली वो सबमिट हुआ और 0% सिमिलरिटी आया। लेकिन कल से वो जेंटलमैन में हमारी लाइब्रेरी बाजू में ही रीडिंग हॉल है, काफी बड़ा सा, उसमें कल भी वो अकेले बैठे थे, क्योंकि लॉकडाउन चल रहा है हमारे यहाँ, तो ये पेंडेमिक के कारण हम स्टूडेंट्स को अलाउ नहीं करते। लेकिन वो बेचारा मैंने कल भी 5:30 बजे तक बैठे देखा, जब हम लाइब्रेरी बंद कर रहे थे। आज भी जब मैं सुबह 10:30 बजे आया तो वो सज्जन वहां बैठे हुए थे, मेरे पहले आ गए थे, सिर्फ इसलिए कि उनको भी नहीं समझ आया कि मैं करूं क्या। थीसिस कंप्लीट है, सब कुछ हो गया, लेकिन रिपोर्ट नहीं जनरेट हो रहा है क्योंकि सबमिट ही नहीं हो रहा है। These things also happens, और तब we have to be compassionate, that's all। हम पर्सनली इंटरेस्ट लेके कोशिश करके ही वो बन पाया। और अगर हम जस्ट एक ऐसे ही चलो भाई हम क्या कर सकते हैं, तुम जानो, तुम चेंज कर लाओ, that should unnecessary, वो मुश्किल होता है कई बार। So thank you so much man, thank you very much। I forgot the name of that your college ma'am। So much for giving me an opportunity to interact with you people and your junior faculties, and I think students are also there. If I can be of any help to the students or junior faculties, I'll be very, very happy, I confess. And honestly, I'm saying, please mail me, I will definitely respond to it.
आपको बुलाएंगे सर, अपने लाइब्रेरी में जरूर बुलाएंगे
जरूर। आपके यहाँ वेदर कैसा है मैडम? एक चीज, क्योंकि 5:30 बज गया, अब मैं पूछ सकता हूँ, आपके यहाँ वेदर? रायपुर इज फेसिंग टू मच रेन सिंस लास्ट 3-4 days। पटना कैसा है?
नहीं अभी तो ठीक। क्या है, रत्ना जी बोलेंगी।
यहाँ खूब हालत खराब है, आप बाहर तो देख नहीं, मतलब मेरे आसपास कहीं से नहीं, तो खिड़की से देखते हैं आप, खूब बारिश हो रही है और बहुत बुरा स्थिति है।
बहुत अधिक नहीं, यहाँ तो
ठीक। Thank you before we disperse.
Thank you Ratna and respected IQAC coordinator Dr. Arun Kumar sir, today's resource person Dr. Suparna Sen Gupta, members of IQAC team and dear participants. I am privileged to propose a hearty vote of thanks to our distinguished resource person, Dr. Sen Gupta, for talking on a contemporary topic of avoiding plagiarism, how and why. Thank you, Dr. Sen Gupta, for your very interesting and lucid presentation. We are thankful to our dynamic principal, Professor S.P. Shahi, who has also been motivating all of us for innovating work. Though due to some reasons he could not attend this workshop, he continued guiding us for the successful conduct of this workshop. Thank you so much. We are fortunate to be guided by our IQAC coordinator, Dr. Arun Kumar sir. With his encouragement and constant support, only we could organize this workshop on such an important theme. Sir, this has set an example for other institutions. Thank you, sir. I would like to thank members of organizing committee, particularly Seema, Tripti, Nisha, Abhishek, and Jyotish for tirelessly working for the success of this workshop. My heartfelt thanks to Ratna Amrit for very smooth conduct and lively comparing of the program. This workshop would not have completed successfully without the active support of the participants who are not only from our college but from other colleges as well. The overwhelming participation and the discipline maintained by our dear students show how much they value learning about research work. I thank all the participants from the bottom of my heart for being partners of this workshop. As we come to the end of this workshop, I would like to thank all of our resource persons for their thematic presentations and giving their valuable time. Their interesting presentation made this workshop truly very interesting. Dear students, though this workshop is coming to an end, we are always there for you if you need any help or any guidance. I wish all the participants success in their research life. Once again, I thank everyone for making this workshop successful. Thank you all. Thank you so much.